point of this video is not to teach you how to manifest. It's not to give you all the steps, give you the process on how to manifest. I'm not a manifesting expert. I am someone who loves to learn about it. Not an expert, not a manifesting educator. I just want to share something that happened this year, and it's crazy. So stick around and listen to my story, because the one tip that I do want to share with you is so important, and it's something that I hear a lot, that I see a lot in doing research and watching videos and reading books, in following creators that are manifesting experts. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kelly. I'm a girl in my 30s living in New Jersey. I'm an architect in New York City. I have PCOS, so I'm learning how to balance that into my life as well. And I'm just sharing my journey. I make a lot of vlogs and currently moving, as you may know. So if you're interested in the moving series, subscribe so you don't miss the next couple parts that are coming up. I'm also going to be giving you a bonus tip at the very end of this video that just ties into everything that I'm gonna say and share with you today. So stick around for that. I'm going to give you a little bit of background, and if you saw my previous video, which was part 1 of my moving series, I shared a little bit about how we are moving, my husband and I and our dog, Stella, we're moving to another apartment, and it kind of just happened on a whim. And let me explain. So Mike and I have been looking for a new home for a while now. We moved into this apartment at the beginning of COVID, and we ended up staying here because it's so inexpensive here compared to many other apartments in New Jersey, that it gave us the opportunity to save up for a home, for a house. And at some point in 2021, we got engaged. So then we started saving up for a wedding. We had a very small wedding. We got married in April. It just, like, living here was so convenient because it's a great apartment in a very awesome neighborhood. We love this neighborhood. It's been great for this time period. I'm a strong believer in everything happens for a reason, and I think that with the instability and anxiety that came with COVID and not knowing what the hell was going to happen, we were so grateful to be in this apartment where the rent was inexpensive. And God forbid one of us were to lose our jobs, we would still be okay here. Like I said, then we were thinking about a house. We started house hunting in 2021, and the market was hot. It was like impossible to get a home. There were bidding wars, and they would get sold for $50 to $100 more than the house was actually being listed for. Then we decided to stop house hunting because we got engaged. Then our focus was, let's save up for a wedding so that we don't have to get into crazy debt to pay for the wedding. Throughout all this time, I have been working on myself, working on my wellness. I've been journaling. Somewhere along the way, and I swear this is all relevant, so bear with me, I have been scripting. So I started scripting is when you basically write down, it's a way of manifesting via, like, writing it down. And going back and reading some of the things that I've written, as I learned more about manifesting and how you're supposed to get clear about what you want in life in order to make something happen, I have been writing more detailed entries, more about, like, how I feel in the space rather than getting specific on the space itself. I write that I am happy in this space. The natural light that comes into this space makes me happy. It makes me feel purposeful. It motivates me. I've written some where I'm describing a house, but I always just say our new home. And I rarely use the term house. It's just the way that it comes out. The words that you use, that you say, that you believe, they're very powerful. They're so powerful. We'll circle back to that in a second. Going back to my story, Mike and I have been talking about a lake house. It started out as a joke, but then it turned into, like, this is really happening for us. And we would casually say, we're gonna have a home by the lake one day. During COVID, like earlier 2021, I guess we started venturing out to these Airbnbs nearby, and we would always find lake houses to go stay at. We got engaged at a lake house in Connecticut. Our wedding venue was a lake house style in New Jersey. A lake house just feels so natural to us. What I'm trying to manifest in regards to a house has come really hard, or at least I think it is. But when we talk about our home by the lake, we just so effortlessly say it because it's not something we're actively, physically working on right now. It's just so much easier to fully detach from it. And because I have said that out loud so much, we actually ended up with a home by a lake. So let's circle back to the apartment. One day in June, we were just thinking about next steps. While we're so grateful for this apartment, it's getting small, it's getting old, and we just desperately need a change of scenery. So one day we were sitting here and we realized that we only know this tiny area of New Jersey because it's a pretty big state. There's a whole other side of it that we have yet to explore, and maybe our dream home is somewhere down there. So immediately after that conversation, we just went on Google and we were like, let's see what's out there. Mike found these apartments similar to the one we're in now, and we were like, should we go look at it? Like, are we really gonna do this? And he's like, why not? Let's go drive over to the town, see if we like it or not, see how the vibes are. If we want to look at it, we'll make an appointment or see if we could just walk in and see it. But for some reason we went and like the office was closed, I think. So down there, we were like parked on the street. We sent an email to make an appointment to go see it. While he was doing that, I looked around and I was like, I found an apartment, but I don't know if you're gonna like it. I was like, it's a little pricier, but it has pretty cool amenities. So we drove to it. It was like 10 minutes from where we were, and we liked it. It was really cool. Like as soon as we drove up to the apartments, we were like, this is nice. So we got information on the place and she was like, yeah, right now, we'll have like 2 units open and you'll be able to, schedule to go see one. But they were facing like the wooded area, the wooded side. I wasn't too crazy about it because I knew that like I wasn't gonna get as much light. Either way, we ended up really liking it, and we ended up telling her we were interested and we were going to submit an application. The following week, or like a couple days later, yeah, because that was on a Saturday, by Tuesday, she let us know that there was an apartment that was on the lakeside. And wanted to know if you're interested in coming to see it. So we literally called out of work the next day. It was a Wednesday, and we went to see it and we're like, sold, we'll take it. And we ended up with a lakeside apartment with a home by the lake. That's the story of how that happened. We had no intention of moving. We just stumbled upon it, and it happened to be a home by the lake, just like we've been saying we're gonna have. What happened here and how did I get here? Let's circle back to the whole manifesting thing. The tip that I was going to share with you all. When you're manifesting, it's so important to be specific. Be clear on what your goal is. Get clarity on what you're trying to manifest, down to the small details. Like I said, I kept saying we're gonna have a home by the lake. I said lake house a few times, but I was really driving the home by the lake because for me it's like, I want a home. I want it to feel like home. I don't know where I've heard this, who I heard it from, where I saw it. I'm sure it was multiple places because I've seen it a couple times. But when you're manifesting, it's like putting in an order for something. You have to be specific. What color is it? What size is it? If you're thinking of a house, what kind of house? How many floors is it gonna have? A big backyard, a little backyard, a pool in the backyard, big windows, small windows? Do you want a rose window by the stairs? Like, be specific, because the more specific you are, for life to give you what you want. And you truly have to believe and detach from what you're trying to get. Don't hyper focus on it. And there's a whole nother, there's so much more to this, obviously. I'm only sharing, the aspect of getting clear on the details of what you want. It's so important, especially if you're scripting or journaling your manifestations. It's the best time to get specific because you have like a written out list of what you want, and it's easier to get clear when you're writing your thoughts down. So that's essentially how you can manifest the wrong thing by accident if you're not careful, if you're not clear. I know that at one point we are going to have our house by the lake, no doubt about it. But for now, especially since we're not ready to buy a house yet and we want more time, having an apartment by the lake is gonna kick ass. So I'm going through my notes. If you're unsure of what you want, how is life going to give you what you want? Even if you're not manifesting and you're just like goal setting in general, it's easier to achieve your goals when you know exactly what you're working towards. If you're vague about your dreams and your goals, it's going to be hard for you to choose the best path towards that goal. A very important manifesting tip in my opinion, a very important life tip. That's really what I wanted to share with you all, and I hope that it helps you as you move forward in your weekly resets and your daily goals and your life goals and your 5-year plans. Like, I think it can be applicable to many aspects of life, and I hope that it really does help you. Before I go, I do want to share one bonus tip with you all. And I mentioned this in the video already, but I'm gonna say it again, and I really hope that you take this with you and you apply it. When you're manifesting, write it down. Logistically, and it's funny to use that word when you're talking about, you know, manifesting and all this stuff, it helps you get clear on what you're trying to manifest. When you're writing things down, it's so much easier to get your thoughts organized and make sure that you're not listing stuff out. It's like outlining a YouTube video before you record it, or outlining an essay for school before you write it. It makes your end product that much better because you have the ability of seeing that you didn't miss any points. It lets you organize your thoughts for the sheer purpose of getting organized so that you can achieve the clarity. It's very helpful. That organizational aspect of it will really help you gain clarity or improve on what you had before, right? You have a record of how you were feeling one day and how you can improve the next, you know? When the words come out of your hand onto that paper, I just feel like things happen so much quicker and like so much more effortlessly, in my opinion. So that was my bonus tip, and I really hope that you've taken something from this story and you see how manifesting really works. That's the most manifesty manifestation that has ever come true for me, is because like I didn't physically work towards that goal, it just kind of happened. Like, for example, me trying to manifest career goals, like I know that I've taken the steps, and it's like, well, was it a manifestation or was it like me actually working really hard towards something, you know? But this is like without a doubt, like I manifested this. I wasn't clear, so I didn't get exactly what I wanted, but I did get what I was asking for. I just wasn't aware that I was making that happen. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and share. I feel like these are very important tips that people need to know. Like I said before, subscribe so you don't miss any home content if you're into those kind of videos. I have more beauty videos coming up as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.